World War II was the deadliest and most destructive conflict in human history, resulting in the loss of millions of lives and the devastation of entire countries. The causes of World War II are complex and multifaceted, with many factors contributing to the outbreak of the conflict. One of the main reasons for the start of World War II was the aggressive expansionist policies of fascist regimes led by Germany, Italy, and Japan. These regimes sought to expand their territories and influence through military conquest and territorial acquisition. For example, Germany sought to establish a Greater Germany by annexing neighboring territories such as Austria and Czechoslovakia. Another factor that contributed to the outbreak of World War II was the failure of international diplomacy and the breakdown of the international order. The League of Nations, which was established after World War I to promote peace and prevent future conflicts, proved ineffective in stopping the aggression of fascist regimes. The policy of appeasement pursued by many Western democracies, including Britain and France, only emboldened Hitler and the Nazis to continue their aggressive policies. The economic instability caused by the Great Depression of the 1930s also played a significant role in the start of World War II. The economic hardship and social unrest caused by the Depression provided fertile ground for the rise of extremist political movements, including fascism and Nazism. These movements promised to restore national pride and prosperity through aggressive expansionist policies and military conquest. Finally, the war was started by a series of military invasions and attacks by Axis powers on their neighboring countries. The German invasion of Poland in September 1939 is generally considered the start of World War II. This invasion led Britain and France to declare war on Germany, and soon the conflict escalated into a global war involving many countries and theaters of operation. In conclusion, the start of World War II was caused by a complex web of political, economic, and social factors, including failed diplomacy, economic instability, and military aggression. World War II was a global conflict that lasted from 1939 to 1945, involving most of the world's nations. While there are many well-known facts about World War II, there are also some lesser-known and truly crazy facts that are often overlooked. Here are the top 10 crazy facts about World War II. Mosquitoes as biological weapons. The Nazis had a plan to use mosquitoes as biological weapons to spread diseases like malaria and yellow fever among their enemies. They even conducted experiments on prisoners to determine the effectiveness of this strategy. While this plan was never fully implemented, Hollywood propaganda. During World War II, the U.S. government recruited Hollywood directors like Frank Capra to make propaganda films to boost morale and promote the war effort. These films were designed to influence public opinion and convince Americans to support the war. Film, like Why We Fight, is considered classics of the genre. Hitler's personal photographer. Hitler had a personal photographer named Heinrich Hoffmann who took more than 2 million photographs of him throughout his life. These photos provided a window into the private life of one of the most notorious figures in history and offer a unique perspective on the inner workings of the Nazi regime. Dogs as suicide bombers. The Soviet Union used dogs as suicide bombers during World War II. They strapped bombs to dogs and trained them to run underneath enemy tanks, with the bombs exploding on impact. While this tactic was effective, it was also incredibly cruel and led to the deaths of countless dogs. Bombs on bats. The Japanese army experimented with attaching bombs to bats and releasing them over American cities, hoping they would roost in buildings and start fires. Fortunately, this plan was never fully implemented, and the bats themselves were largely unaffected by the bombs. Invisible ink. The British government set up a top-secret program to create invisible ink during World War II. They used lemon juice and other substances to write messages that could only be revealed by heating them up. The Ghost Army. The Germans created a fake British Army unit during World War II known as the Ghost Army. The unit was composed of actors and artists who pretended to be soldiers in order to deceive the Germans about Allied troop movements. This shows the willingness to use unconventional methods to gain an advantage. Nazi obsession with the occult. The Nazi regime was obsessed with the occult and spent millions of dollars on research into the supernatural, including attempts to create a super soldier through occult means. While these efforts were largely unsuccessful, they show the extent to which the Nazis were willing to experiment with unconventional tactics. Sliced bread ban. During the war, the U.S. government banned sliced bread to save on resources. The ban lasted lasted for several months before being lifted, and it resulted in a significant increase in the sale of unsliced bread. This strange policy highlights the extent to which the government was willing to go to conserve resources during the war. While some of these crazy facts may seem unbelievable, they serve as a reminder of the incredible and sometimes bizarre history of this period.